This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Lasershot Predator from NECA. Now this is really cool because this is a throwback to the old Kenner toys, and as you can see this figure comes in a very large box, and the front is designed to look like those old Kenner blister card bubbles. And if we turn the box around, we can see more of that awesome grid-like pattern that we would normally see on the vintage Kenner card backs. And if we open the box, we can see that the figure is showcased in a window box packaging surrounded by his multiple accessories and interchangeable parts, as well as other Kenner homage figures from the NECA line. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Lasershot Predator out of the box. And wow, this guy is super impressive. NECA, in my opinion, is one of the best there is at sculpting and painting and giving us really awesome and detailed action figures. And this Lasershot Predator is a prime example of that. I am a huge fan of those old Kenner toys, and getting updates like this from NECA is always the coolest thing in the world to me. But before we take a closer look at the actual figure, let's take a closer look at his accessories. So the Lasershot Predator does come with a good amount of accessories. Starting off, we get a flexible grapnel hook, a spearhead and a claw head for the grapnel hook, a clawed hand, a wrist laser shield in two forms, and his mask. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at the Lasershot Predator. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Lasershot Predator. Now, I don't normally do a whole lot of the NECA Predator stuff, but what I do love getting is their Kenner homages, and Lasershot here is one that I had to pick up because he is insane. Just looking at this guy, he's incredible. So the head sculpt looks fantastic with the mandibles. That skin with the purple markings looks crazy. The gold faceplate that goes over the one side of the face just looks incredible. Even those red dreads look gorgeous. I love every last bit. You can even see the horns and things like that. All of that looks amazing. The gold armor is ridiculous, dude. So as you can see, if you look closely, there actually is a two-tone gold here. So you got this more brighter, lighter gold, and then in certain sections you'll see a more deeper yellow or gold like that, which looks really cool, and it two-tones the whole thing just perfectly. With that wash in there, it just looks insane. The amount of detail that NECA puts into their figures, especially things like this that are super ornate, I mean, it's impressive. Like, look at the whole skirt piece right here with like that T-800 endoskeleton skull looking thing right there on the crotch. I think that's super awesome, dude. What a great looking figure. Again, you can kind of see like the netting on the thighs. All looks good. And I love how they did the dark blue skin. Just looks so good with the purple markings. That looks awesome. I love that design. These little thigh pads look really awesome. Again, this looks so freaking good. Got the back of the belt right there, the back of that tunic piece. And I love how they even did like the texturing inside that gold right there. I think that looks amazing, man. Damn, NECA does some good work when it comes to like the sculpt of the paint and all that. His leg guards look really cool too. That looks so good. All that segmented sections like that. All the detailed line work. I mean, it's crazy how much effort they put into their sculpting. It's really, really impressive. The feet look nice. Look really good at the bottom of there. All this looks super awesome. You got his hand right here with that red guard right there. I love this. Has like this claw hook thing. But then you get that like actual red gem, it's like a clear plastic right there. It looks really, really good. Now on this side, I actually have the more larger hand, and you see his whole arm piece like that. Now, one thing I will say that this, the original figure had this larger hand, which I always thought was really cool. Now we do get a more normal size hand in the gold like that. When I switched it out, I kind of feel like the peg was going to break the wrist peg, so I'm probably not going to put the other one on, so I'm not going to show you guys that, just because I feel like that wrist peg might snap or it might split. I was going to leave him with the larger hand anyways, because again, that's how the original figure is, but so just be very careful when it comes to that kind of stuff, switching this stuff out. You know, those of us that have collected NECA figures before know that NECA does have a tendency to snap and break fairly easily, so just be careful when you're doing that. But that bigger hand looks insane. I love that, dude. Really, really cool. His backpack looks gnarly. I dig all this, again, all that segmentation on there for all that ornateness just looks crazy good, dude. Really, really good. I love this. And this is on a track, so you can actually slide this up. You can see that. It's on a little track like that, and it kind of comes over the shoulders like so. So you can do that. Now that doesn't position as well as honestly as I would like, to tell you the truth. Like, it doesn't come down enough. This does not move. If it's supposed to move, it's not moving on mine. So it kind of just like shoots up instead of shooting forward. See that? Like, it's supposed to come down like way more here, and that's me like really stretching the plastic. It just kind of stays up like that, so that's a little disappointing. This one's a little better, you know, but this one just kind of almost like straight up, so it's a little disappointing. But I mean, it still looks really cool. Yeah, I just kind of wish that was down more. So I'm gonna see if I can fix that at some point, but still very cool looking. Everything about this guy just looks incredible. He is a beautiful looking piece. Okay, so now let's talk accessories here. So I showed you that he does have an interchangeable hand. Again, that just be very careful with that peg. That's the one thing I worried about the most on this particular figure. We also do get an interchangeable piece for the arm right here. So this whole gem piece actually does come off. It's just on a little peg like that. And you can replace it with this version right here. Plug that on like that, and then you have the exposed like plasma shield, which is in this really cool translucent fuchsia type pinkish plastic, which looks awesome. I love this. So it's like a laser shield. I think that's so freaking cool, and I just love how they did that. That's so cool looking, dude. I really dig that. So you can take that off again, just a standard peg, and you can put the other one back on like so, and there you go. And I love how it kind of still looks like a claw that you would see on a normal Predator. I think that's super awesome, dude. Really, really cool. Love this, man. So good. Again, so the head. We also do get this wire piece right here, which is really nice. This is a nice bendy wire. You can see you can stretch it around. You can move it around, and it'll hold its position very nicely. So what this is for, this is going to be for his little hook shot, or whatever you want to call his little cannon right here. You actually plug this in, and it is shaped a different way. You'll see a little groove on that side, and that goes into one specific corner. So it's meant to go on there in one way, and it'll hold up like that. So he's shooting this like cable out like so, and that just looks really awesome too. And it's really nice and long. I dig that a lot. But what's also cool, we actually do get different hook tips. So we got this one right here. It's more of a claw. And you can just plug it in like so. So that's really cool. Let me get my camera to focus right there. There we go. So you get that little claw like that. I think it's pretty cool too. The claws do not hinge. They kind of look like they want to a bit, but again, I don't want to stress mine too much because I feel like it might break. Just be very, very careful with that, but that's pretty cool. We get a little claw. So you can actually take that one off, and then we get this one too. Plug this one in, and now you got more of like a hook spike, which I think is really cool too. That's very Scorpion fatality kind of shit right there. That's pretty awesome. I love that. Again, the paint on all of this, it's like this nice bronzed copper, but then it has a dark wash over the whole thing, so it makes it look a little more rusty and a little more dirty. I love that. And you can hold this by his like hand if you really wanted to, but it's mostly meant for that that shooting out of that cannon right there. So that's pretty cool. Now, that's it for the actual accessories, but one cool thing about this particular figure, you know, this is the Lasershot Predator. And if you remember the Lasershot Predator, of course, he is a vintage toy from the Kenner line, which I always loved. Never got the chance to get it when I was a kid, but I always thought he was like super cool, very unique and very different. And it's just very cool that we're getting him in NECA form. So the big thing with that one was that he had an LED feature to have like that little laser pointer light thing kind of thing going on. This one has something very similar. So what it is, if you look at the top here, You actually see there is a little screw right in there. It blends in pretty well for the most part. And I think it looks pretty good. But this little gold piece right here is actually a button. Push that in, you can hold it in, and now we have a little laser sight right there coming out of the eye. Now, I think that looks amazing because you have the 3 points, kind of like the targeting system you would see on an normal Predator, but having that in the eye just looks ridiculously cool and so freaking awesome. I love the way it came out. You just push the button in again, have it come up, and you can turn it off like so. And the whole panel right here is where the battery is, so you can actually unscrew that and take that whole part of the skull off, and you can replace that battery like that. Now, one other thing that we do get is his mask. Now, his mask looks really cool too. Again, a little bit of that bronzy color, whatever you want to call it, mixed with that gold. Again, the ornateness of that looks awesome, and I love the fact that NECA even sculpts the inside of these masks. I think is really freaking cool. I just love the fact that they even do that detail. So very, very nice. Now, you can actually pop this on the figure. It's meant to pretty much hold around the mandibles like this. You can slide this on like so. And if I can actually do it, it honestly doesn't fit that well, to be honest with you. I wish it would fit a lot better. It just really doesn't fit the way I would personally like it to. So that's kind of a problem with me right here. Just get that on there like that. So you get that on there, and for the most part, it looks cool. I think it came out very nice. I probably won't have it displayed with the mask. You know, it just doesn't work for me. I like it without the mask. I like this look a lot better. But if you turn that LED feature on, and you can actually put this on there like so. Again, this mask just does not fit the way I would like it to. You can get it on there, and if you look at more straight on, you won't see the LED light. But if you kind of look at it at an angle, you will see the LED showing through the mask like that. And again, I think that looks incredible. This is just a crazy looking figure. And that's one of the things I like about what NECA is doing. Those Kenner toys were just ridiculous, and with the designs and the colors and things like that. And then having them do that in a more realistic version like this is insane. And I think they're just doing an incredible job. Okay, now let's check out his articulation. So the head's on a ball joint, does roll around a bit, left and right, up and down a tiny bit, and pivot side to side. And I love the fact that even with these, you know, the lighting and things like that and the batteries, they all kept it within the head, so the head can still pose around. I love that. The arms and the shoulders right here, these are softer plastic, but you're mostly going to get up and down. You can go full 360 if you want, up and down, back and forth. Rotation in the bicep. We got a double jointed elbow, looks really good. Rotation at the forearm there, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. These fingers on this larger hand can kind of swivel and hinge around at different sections, which is really cool. So you can kind of move them like real fingers for the most part. So that's really nice. I love how you can actually move those around to get different poses too. I think that's super, super cool. We got a ball peg in the midsection right there, so that rolls around, and we got a ball peg section in the lower area like so that rolls all around, swivels, pivot side to side, crunches back and forth, so that's really, really cool. Hip joints, they kick forward that much, back about that far, splits about that much, pretty good. Rotation in the upper thigh. A double jointed knee that only kicks barely past 90. Then we get ankle joints, they're on ball joints, so those roll around, do turn left and right, up and down, and a very little ankle rocker. So the articulation is pretty decent. They've gotten a lot better when it comes to these figures, a lot better since how they were before, because back in the day, they didn't have any torso like articulation almost whatsoever. But either way, I think this guy is beautiful. He's so insanely cool looking and detailed. And if you love those old Kenner toys, or just want a very unique and interesting piece, you know, based on Predator, then I think this guy is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Predator comparison, here he is standing next to the Stalker Predator and Lava Planet Predator, also being Kenner homages from NECA. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Lasershot Predator from NECA. Now overall, I think this is yet another incredible Kenner homage from NECA Toys. They do the most amazing work over there, taking those old toys that I absolutely loved as a kid and really updating with things like amazing sculpt, beautiful paint, great articulation, and really awesome accessories. And that is something that all of us collectors really do love and appreciate. I absolutely love those old Canada Predators, and the new NECA ones are just as, if not even more fantastic. They are so incredibly awesome, and I love every last one of them, and I plan on picking up every last one of them. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.